Once upon a time, in a land not so far away, a story called Tiko and the Underwater Jamboree began. In the shimmering underwater city of Coralville lived Tiko, a jungle explorer tiger with a heart full of sunshine and a hat made of the greenest leaves. Tiko wasn't your average tiger. He loved exploring, especially the secrets hidden beneath the waves. He wore a green leaf hat and carried a treasure map that always seemed to point towards something exciting. His dream? To find the lost giggle gem, a treasure said to make everyone smile. Coralville was a magical place. Houses were made of colorful coral, streets were shimmering sand, and the air was always filled with the gentle hum of happy sea creatures. Tiko's map was unlike any other. It changed directions based on his mood. When Tiko was happy, the map sparkled and pointed straight to the treasure. But when he felt unsure, the map would swirl and twirl, leading him on unexpected paths. Today, the map was especially excited, wiggling and giggling, because Tiko was on the trail of the lost giggle gem. His journey began at the entrance to a secret path, guarded by a grumpy octopus named Oliver. Oliver had 8 arms and a frown that could sink a ship. "Halt!" Oliver grumbled, his voice like the rumble of distant thunder, though Tiko didn't mind it. He was looking for the lost giggle gem, and even though he didn't enjoy dealing with grumps, he tried to change Oliver's mind. "Excuse me, Mr. Octopus," Tiko said cheerfully. "I'm Tiko, and I'm looking for the lost giggle gem. Maybe it can help you smile." Oliver just frowned harder. Tiko's map, sensing the grumpiness, started to swirl, but Tiko knew just what to do. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a funny-shaped rock he found the other day, and showed it to Oliver. "Look, doesn't this rock look like it's wearing a hat?" Oliver stared at the rock, his frown softening just a tiny bit. Maybe, just maybe, Tiko could get past this grumpy octopus. Tiko knew this would not be easy, but his determined heart beat with hope. With a bit of cleverness, Tiko finally convinced Oliver to let him pass, and started his adventure. The map now pointed towards a narrow path, the path of bubbles. Tiko, using his ability to speak to vines, called upon his vine friends. "Swing me across, my friends," he called, and the vines, green and strong, reached out to help. They swung him across tricky gaps, over giant clams that snapped shut with a clunk, and around swirling currents. As he journeyed deeper, he came across Matteo, a little seahorse with a bright yellow tail. Matteo was building a sandcastle, a truly magnificent one, with towers and moats. But the tide was coming in, and the sandcastle was starting to get washed away. "Oh dear," cried Matteo. "My castle! It's all going to crumble!" Matteo was getting upset, but Tiko reassured him, and helped him by using the vines to create a barrier to protect the sandcastle. Tiko and his vines, working as a team, managed to save Matteo's castle from the crashing waves. Just then, a brave knight, Arthur the seahorse, appeared. Arthur was a knight from the castle, and a protector of the sea creatures, and he saw what had happened. Arthur, with his shiny armor and kind eyes, asked, "Are you all right?" Matteo replied, "Yes, the nice tiger helped me save my castle." Arthur, seeing the adventure, offered to assist Tiko, as Arthur was an expert navigator of the underwater terrain. "I know the way," Arthur said. "Follow me." The map, sensing the teamwork, wiggled with excitement. Together they navigated through a maze of giant clams. "Be careful," Arthur warned. They snapped shut quickly. They squeezed through narrow passages, their hearts filled with excitement and friendship. Suddenly the map began to spin erratically. "Oh dear," Tiko exclaimed. "It's changing direction." Matteo and Arthur looked at the map, wondering if they were going the right way. Tiko's excitement was creating swirling currents that played tricks on the map. But Arthur, with his knowledge of the area, recognized a hidden marker and led them back on track. They had to keep going, even when the path wasn't clear. Finally, the map settled, pointing towards a beautiful coral cave. "This must be it," Tiko cheered. With Matteo and Arthur by his side, Tiko entered the cave, and there it was, the lost giggle gem. It sparkled with every color imaginable, and as they looked at it, a feeling of happiness spread through them. "Wow," Arthur said, "it's so beautiful." Then they all knew what it could do. The gem made them all smile. They returned to Coralville, the lost giggle gem, radiating with joy. Tiko, Arthur, and Matteo knew they had to share the gem's happiness with everyone. As they brought the gem out to Coralville, everyone, even the grumpy octopus, found themselves smiling and laughing. Even Oliver, the grumpy octopus, couldn't help but crack a smile, his frown turning upside down. The lost giggle gem was doing its magic. With joy in their hearts, they decided to spread happiness throughout Coralville. Tiko, remembering his love for soccer and Matteo's love for nature, suggested that they start a soccer team. Even Oliver, the grumpy octopus, loved the sport and quickly forgot to be grumpy. Everyone played together, laughing and cheering. The best treasure wasn't the giggle gem itself, but the happiness they had found together. Tiko learned that the best discoveries are not made alone, but with friends, and that even a grumpy octopus could learn to smile. He knew that his map, guided by his happy heart, would always lead him to new adventures, but that his friends and the happiness they shared was the greatest treasure of all. And so, in Coralville, everyone lived happily ever after, always ready for a new adventure and a good laugh. What a jamboree! Let's see what a great listener you are. Can you answer the following question? What was special about Tiko's treasure map? Let's see how you did. The answer is, Tiko's treasure map changed directions based on his mood. You did a great job. I hope you enjoyed this story pie tale. I'll see you next time.